Hi, and welcome to a digital Brekke Quickie. Today I will give you an explanation of all the common root folders in a Linux file system. Let's begin with the root, or only /location. The root directory forms the base of the file system. All files and directories are logically contained inside the root directory regardless of their physical locations. The /bin folder contains the executable programs that are part of the Linux operating system. Many Linux commands, such as cat, cp, ls, and mv are located in /bin folder. It is the commands you can type regardless of where in the file structure. Put any shell scripts in here, and they would be executable in every folder on that system. The /boot folder contains the Linux kernel and other files needed by Lilo and grub boot managers. The /dev folder contains all device files. Linux treats each device as a special file. All these files represents either a USB drive or DVD drive depending on what you have installed on the system. This folder is often mistaken for the /media and /mount folder by new Linux users. The /etc folder contains most system configuration files and initialization scripts. Often, but not always, services or applications have a configuration file here that can be altered to get the service to do what you desire. The /home folder is the home directory of all the users on the system except from the root user, which we will get to in a few moments. The /lib folder contains library files, including driver modules like audio driver, video driver, and drivers needed to boot the system. The Lost+Found folder is a directory for lost files and folders. Every disk partition has a Lost+Found directory. If the system finds segments of a file that it cannot link to anything, it's placed in the Lost+Found directory. Anything can go into a Lost+Found directory. File fragments, directories, and even special files. Should you be so lucky to find folders here that you recognize, you should locate that folder on the system and see if it's okay, and cross your fingers that you have backup. The /media folder is the directory for mounting file systems on removable media like optical drives and floppy disks. It does not contain USB mounts, as these are located in the /mnt folder, which we will talk about now. The /mnt folder is a directory for temporarily mounted file systems such as USB or other memory cards. The /opt folder contains the files for optional software packages. This is a directory for installing unbundled packages that is not part of the operating system, but provided by an independent source. Each package will be located in its own subdirectory. The /proc folder is a special directory in a virtual file system. It contains the information about various aspects of a Linux system. It doesn't really exist, but you can explore it. This special directory holds all the details about your Linux system, including its kernel, processes, and configuration parameters. By studying the /proc directory, you can learn how Linux commands work, but you can also even do some administrative tasks if you know what you're doing. The /root folder is the home directory of the root user, just like the user's home folder in the /home directory. The /Sbin folder contains executable files only available for administrators such as the root user. Commands such as mount, shutdown, umount, lies here. Explained simple. Files that need sudo to be executed are located here. For example, running reboot now would not work because it's located in the /sbin directory, and requires higher authorization to be started. Running sudo reboot now, the system asks the user to authenticate before it executes the command. The /Srv folder contains data for services, such as web server, FTP, and other services offered by the system. The /Sys folder is a special directory. The files in the Sys folder provide information about devices, kernel modules, file systems, and other kernel components. One can say it's an interface to the kernel. It's an old folder that first emerged on the Linux kernel version 2.6, but is still represented in most distributions released today. The /tmp is a temporary directory which can be used as storage for temporary files. The contents of this directory are cleared each time the system reboots, so remember to not save anything in here. The /Usr folder contains subdirectories for many user programs installed by the user. It is best narrowed down to all user-related software. Even though many people read it as user, it is actually short for user system resources. The /var folder contains data such as system log files, mail, printer spooler directories, and several temporary files that needs to survive a reboot. Different from the /tmp folder, data in the /var directory does not get wiped during reboot. That was a short description of all the common folders of a Linux system. Keep in mind, many different flavors may have more folders in their root directory, but the ones mentioned above should be there. We hope you have learned something new by watching this video, and if you want a more graphical overview of the system and its subfolders, we have a link in the description area of this video that can be clicked on. Stay curious, and learn something new every day.